What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to talk about the top 3 most skillful, most straight up, well-rounded, best skill set UFC champions of every single division. This is not the top 3 best champions like most title defenses, most finishes. Just straight up their skill set, the way that they fight, they are the most talented champions we've ever seen in these divisions. A lot of them overlap as like goats of the division, but some of them, it is kind of interesting to see the list. All right, dude, let's get into this. Starting off, Flyweight division. This is one that I feel is pretty easy to do. I'm going to put Mighty Mouse at 1. I'm going to put Figueiredo at 2. I'm going to put Pantoja at 3. Let me move this, bro. Hold on, man. Best editor on YouTube. Let me fucking put this down here. I'm going to put this here, Loki. I'm going to put this here. But yo, I feel this is quite easy to understand, dude. Mighty Mouse, extremely well-rounded, was able to trick shot and finish most of the NPCs of his time period. Figueiredo, nasty jiu-jitsu, great boxing, great power. Little bit chinny, little bit undersized, but I would say that overall, he's a very high-level grappler and a very dangerous striker, whereas Pantoja mainly relies on his cardio, his chin, his heart. He also does have extremely high-level grappling. Like, he's probably the best straight-up jiu-jitsu guy in flyweight history, but I don't think his striking compares to even Figueiredo or Mighty Mouse. So I'm going to put him at number 3 because his grappling is that good, but I would say Figueiredo is slightly more well-rounded and Mighty Mouse is obviously the best fucking thing that ever happened in this division. So let's put Mighty Mouse at number 1. Let's put Figueiredo at 2. Let's put Pantoja at 3. Okay, dude? Moving on now, let's talk about the Bantamweight division, bro. When I was getting ready to cook up this Bantamweight division, oh my God, man. What is this fucking thing doing? Listen, bro. Oh my God, bro. Like, look how badass this is, dude. Look how sick this is. Like looking at a fucking Halo 3 cover, dude. Petr Yan, Dominic Cruz, Prime TJ. Come on, man. I would say Petr Yan. I don't know what it is about the way this guy fights. He's just clearly the most skillful bantamweight champion ever. His resume is extremely overrated. I will say that. Like, people talk about this guy like he's prime King Von because he beat fucking Jose Aldo coming off a loss. And Uriah Faber. Dude, Uriah Faber, man. Dude, who does that to Uriah Faber, man? You know what I mean? But in terms of his actual abilities, this is one of the greatest UFC fighters we've ever seen in terms of pure talent. His striking, his scrambling, his grappling, his defense. I would say Petr Yan belongs in this conversation as the most skilled bantamweight champion of all time. Dominic Cruz is at number 2. I know I've hated on this guy's goofy fucking fighting style. A little bit of this, a little bit of that fighting style. You know what I mean? But he did beat a lot of good guys. Like, I can't name any of them, but I have seen Dominic Cruz fights, and I know that his footwork, his striking, his defense, he has pretty good wrestling as well. He did beat TJ Dillashaw, so I'm going to put him at number 2, because TJ Dillashaw, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated bantamweight champions of all time. People take away this guy's whole fucking legacy because of EPO, and because he's a salty little cry. He's like, congratulations, Cejudo, but you did not win that fight. Like, I get it, bro. I used to hate TJ Dillashaw heavily. But let's be real, bro. People take away this guy's entire fucking legacy. They act like he never existed. They're trying to act like this dude is Chris Benoit because he took EPO, bro. But they have Jones as their GOAT. Like, that's, like, just make that make sense to me, bro. I'm going to give TJ Dillashaw his flowers. Great grappling. Very good striking. He's like a more dangerous version of Cruz. Slightly less, like, fight IQ, I would say. Slightly less intelligent. A little bit more of a meathead. Spent a little bit too much time at Team Alpha Male getting gillied out cold by fucking Cub Swanson, probably, and Chad Mendez. So we're going to put TJ and elbowing people in the back of the head. If you know, you know. We're going to put TJ at 3, okay? Moving on now to the Featherweight division. This is a real hardcore take by me right here. You just got to trust me, bro. You know, listen, I'm the type of guy, you know, I lost to Ilya. Yeah, I pulled guard against him. I pulled corpse guard, you know, but I'm still more skillful. I'm more well-rounded than him. I'm training with my coach, Joe, and then Ilya's like, bro, who's Joe? Who is Joe? Listen, dude, I know that Ilya beat both of these guys, but what won him those fights, bro? Like, if you take away Ilya's power, is he still as good as he is right now? No, he's not. That's a fact. He's technically extremely proficient as a boxer and as a striker. His defense is great. His grappling is great. I've got him at number 2. Volk is more well-rounded and doesn't have power. And honestly is kind of chinny as well. So the fact that he accomplished everything he accomplished, he's more skillful in my opinion. There's more ways that I could see Volkanovski winning a fight. Ilia Topuria goes in there with you. You're getting sent to the Shadow Realm. That's the end of the story. That's it. You might piece him up a little. Like, Volk won that first round. That's all I'm going to say. Volk won that first round. So you be the judge. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of reasonable, happy individuals who definitely have a lot of friends, definitely have a lot of female attention in their life in the comments talking about Ilia Topuria's greatness. But if you really look at it, and they're also heavily employed. Let's make that clear. The Ilia fans, heavily employed. But I think Volk is more skillful overall. And he accomplished more in the sport as well with his skill set. Not an attribute like power, with his skill set of his striking, his range control, his takedown defense, his grappling. That is why I have Volk at 1, Ilia at 2, and Max at 3. Some people might disagree with that. Oh, where's Jose Aldo, bro? Where's Jose Aldo? Listen, man. As more time passes, Jose Aldo's striking is incredible. His takedown defense, the best ever in UFC history, in MMA. Best takedown defense I've ever seen. All you have to do to beat Max Holloway, you have to be either the greatest fucking fighter in featherweight history, Alexander Volkanovski. You have to be one of the best lightweights of all time, Dustin Poirier. You know, you have to have nuclear power like Ilia Topuria. To beat Volk, right, you've got to catch him on the chin. You got to put him away, right? To beat Jose Aldo, you have to hug him and hold him against the fence. Neil Magny is a nightmare matchup for fucking Jose Aldo, and I'm tired of pretending he's not. Like, please explain to me how you are the featherweight GOAT still. Like, people still have Jose Aldo as the featherweight GOAT. It is 2025, my brother. It is 2025, bro. Just hang it up, bro. I love Jose Aldo. I'm a big Jose Aldo fan. I've glazed him a lot in the past couple of videos, but at the same time, this guy's weakness is literally getting held against the fence, and for some reason, he doesn't get blamed for it, but I'm just going to be real. I can't put you top 3 when your weakness is literally getting hugged against the fence. You've been training in the sport for 25 years. You cannot stop a jobber bantamweight Mario Batista, whatever this kid's name is, from just holding you against the fence. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not putting Aldo above Max. Max TKO'd him as well. So, it is what it is, dude. Lightweight division. This is a fucking hard one, bro. And I'm just going to level with you guys, man. I really am not confident in this top 3. Like, I'm going to do my best to explain it. I think, obviously, Islam is number 1. I'm going to put RDA at 2. People forget, man. RDA is a fucking monster, dude. Listen, bro. This list is basically like most well-rounded, most skills. You know, how good is their defense? How good is their offense, right? Like, how many ways can they win a fight? Prime RDA had great power, great striking, good defense, very high-level grappling. He's still able to go now in 2025, and he's been fighting for fucking 30 years. Like, this guy was also ranked when Tim Elliott first spawned into the UFC at number 10. And I think that his skill set, when you like rank him up against like fucking Benson Henderson and BJ Penn and Frankie Edgar, all these guys that people might consider for this, I would say RDA beats them in prime for prime. Like, I would just say RDA beats those guys prime for prime, and it's not based on something like power or fucking cardio or some shit like that. It's just purely like, I'm sure he would mix up takedowns, he'd box him up a little bit, he'd land some kicks. So really, RDA is kind of mid, but I would say he's more well-rounded and less reliant on attributes as opposed to skills. That's kind of what the whole thesis of this video is about, dude. You're getting real like information and education right here. Charles do Bronx is at number 3. I know that Khabib is like maybe one that people would consider bro, Khabib's striking is so fucking bad. I'm sorry, I'm not putting him here, bro. Charles Oliveira in a straight up like kickboxing fight pieces up Khabib easily. Most of the lightweight division right now in a straight up boxing match with Khabib pieces him up. Khabib's best attributes: his wrestling, his cardio, his heart, his chin, the fact like his mentality, bro. Like, he just Mamba mentality walks you down, mogs you. I'm not counting that, bro. Charles Oliveira, the most prolific jiu-jitsu grappler in UFC history in terms of his finishes, his technique, his abilities. His striking is very good as well. His chin is a little bit sus. His wrestling is okay. I would say Charles Oliveira is a solid 3 on this list, but this is probably the most debatable one. I feel this will be the one that's most contentious in the comments, if I had to guess. Or the comments will all just be JDM glaze. And speaking of welterweight division, obviously at number 1, you know who I'm putting. Listen, kid, listen, dude. I'm gonna put GSP. I'm not impressed by your list. You know, in my career, I beat a lot of guys. I'm gonna put GSP at number 1. I'm gonna put Leon at 2. And I'm going to put Kamaru Usman underrated name that people have been forgetting about lately. I'm going to put him at 3, bro. I considered putting Bilal Muhammad here, but I just can't do it, bro. Because Bilal Muhammad, I would say he's just a slightly less skillful Kamaru Usman, except he's like, he doesn't have the power, but he makes up for it with way better game planning, way better fight IQ. I would say way more determination and grit and pushing the pace. Like, Leon Edwards technically is better than Bilal Muhammad, except in the boxing. Everywhere else, I would say Leon Edwards is clearly more talented than Bilal Muhammad, probably one of the most talented UFC welterweights of all time, based on the way that he fights. Like, everything you need to be able to do as an MMA fighter, Leon Edwards is very technically capable of doing it. The biggest thing that this guy loses to like a Kamaru Usman and Bilal Muhammad and the GOAT JDM is he doesn't have grit, bro. Leon Edwards folds, bro. Leon Edwards gets bullied, bro. This guy needs a fucking motivational IG reel in the court. Come on, Leon. What you doing, man? You gotta pull the shot to fire, son. You know what I mean? That's what Leon Edwards is. But on a pure skill set ability, Leon Edwards is defensive grappling, offensive grappling, striking, range control. You have to clinch game, very underrated. Leon Edwards definitely belongs in this conversation. Obviously, GSP is number 1. That doesn't really need to be explained. He can out-wrestle the best wrestlers in the UFC. He can out-strike the best strikers. Like, he is just so well-rounded. He's so smart as well. I would say, yeah, Usman at 3. His wrestling is extremely high level. I don't think he has the best jiu-jitsu. I don't think he has the best boxing either, but I would say his technique is a little bit more clean. Like, he cleaned it up a little bit towards the end of his career, and we saw how good he is still, even against Chimaev on short notice. So I feel Usman deserves his respect for his skill set, but Bilal Muhammad's right there. Like, Bilal Muhammad is right there against, like, Usman. Because, like I said, Bilal Muhammad, I don't think he has the snap on his punches or the fucking power of Usman or the technical abilities of Leon Edwards, but I think he just pushes a way higher pace and just has a way better fight IQ. So he's definitely close, but for me, I think it's GSP, it's Leon, and it's Usman as my top 3. All right. Welterweight and lightweight were really hard. I'm going to be real, dude. Middleweight was also extremely difficult. And when I show this, you're probably going to laugh, but just hear me out, bro. Because light heavyweight, heavyweight, these are easy picks, dude. Mate, I'm not saying I'm top 3 at middleweight, bro. I'm just saying I beat Anderson Silva, bro. Dude, DDP being here is so fucking funny, bro. But he's actually kind of skillful. Like, he's not technically skillful, but he has good grappling. He just outstruck Sean Strickland. He pushes the pace. He blitzes. Like, I don't know how to explain. I feel like I would be lying to myself if I put my fucking Bobby Knuckles at 3 or fucking Israel Adesanya at 3, dude. You know, and I'm not going to cheat you out and put GSP at 3 or GSP at 1 when he's had one fight in the division, right? And he wasn't really a middleweight. He was just a welterweight coming up, right? I think you have to put DDP on this list, bro. Because he's not technically proficient, but he has a well-rounded skill set of striking, grappling, grappling, wrestling, bro. DDP, he's literally well-rounded as fuck, dude. You gotta put him here, bro. But that being said, Luke Rockhold, man, people fucking forget, dude. Luke Rockhold back in the day, oh my god, bro. Luke Rockhold was literally supposed to become the middleweight GOAT. This guy had striking. This guy had karate. This guy had grappling like nobody's business. This guy's throwing up fucking reverse triangles against ranked middleweights, dude. Luke Rockhold was so fucking good in his prime, dude. The only thing that was his downfall was, number 1, he couldn't talk to women. I can respect that. I can definitely relate to that. And number 2, his chin. Can't relate to that, but, you know, I feel for the brother. Nothing in terms of Luke Rockhold's technical abilities was ever his downfall. It was always, he either comes in and he thinks he's too good to be fighting fucking Jan Blachowicz or Michael Bisping, or he comes in and he's doing good and then he just gets absolutely sent to the shadow realm by fucking Yoel Romero, you know? Other than that, Luke Rockhold is one of the greatest middleweights of all time, and I would say he's the second most skillful of all time behind Anderson Silva. Like, people, dude, all I have to say about Anderson Silva, because I know that there's people that genuinely think Izzy is better than Anderson Silva all time. All I have to say is this. Israel Adesanya's title run, right? He beat some good names. I'll give you that. He beat some good names. But people act like getting a 48-47, 49-46, sometimes split decision, oh my God, man, masterclass. Same with Leon Edwards, right? He's another guy that's guilty of like, he wins a decision. People are like, what a masterclass, man. Leon's a fucking genius, dude. Like, he is technically very good. But same with Izzy. He's technically very good. Anderson Silva actually dominated his division. He's fighting fucking jobbers just like Izzy. Izzy, oh my God, man, he beat Paulo Costa. Marvin Vettori, holy shit, call the cops. Dude, you could basically equivalent those wins to Anderson Silva's best wins at middleweight. People act like Dan Henderson was not good. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like Anderson Silva beat the best guys of his time period, except he didn't take them to a fucking walk-off jab and leg kick at range decision every time. Most of them he finished brutally and made them look like fucking idiots, dude. And he did it to people above his weight class as well. Anderson Silva is one of the most skillful UFC fighters of all time. Great submissions, great striking, clutch as fuck, entertaining as fuck, dangerous as fuck. Anderson Silva, you have no idea how good prime Anderson Silva was. That's all I have to say, man. Anderson Silva's number one. I'm sorry, dude. I know there's people that have Izzy above Anderson Silva. Please get a grip, bro. Israel Adesanya could never come back in that Chael Sonnen fight. And it got proven when he got fucking walked down and mugged by Sean Strickland on short notice coming off a fucking 3-week, like, earlier fight, dude. It's proven. It's proven, bro. Anderson Silva's the GOAT, man. Fuck that, dude. All right. Let's talk about light heavyweight because this was an easy one for me. Like I said, dude, middleweight was kind of difficult. I thought about throwing up my GOAT, Bobby Knox, Thought about throwing in a cheeky little, Chris Weidman. Welterweight was difficult. Lightweight was probably the most difficult. Light heavyweight is really easy. Look at this image, bro. Look at this image, dude. Like, I don't even need to explain this. John Jones, most well-rounded light heavyweight of all time, out-wrestled DC, beat Alexander Gustafsson, beat all the guys of his time period, the champions before him. He came in, he fucking destroyed them, right? Completely picked them apart. Beat them via submission, beat them via TKO, beat them via decision, right? Not the most power, utilized straight up physicality and his skill set. I think John Jones is one of the most complete UFC fighters of all time. You have to put him at number 1 for light heavyweight. I'm putting DC at 2 because he's one of the best wrestlers in UFC history. On top of the fact that this guy had very good striking, good boxing, great clinch work. DC beat some of the best guys that Jones beat, so you have to put him there at number 2. And I'm going to throw fucking Jan Blachowicz at 3, man. What do you know about prime Jan Blachowicz, bruh? 2021 Jan Blachowicz when he's fucking cross-switch body kicking people, dude. He's trudging at you, checking kicks, flicking little jabs at you, dude. He's snapping your head back every once in a while with a jab. Flicking a little inside leg kick. Check, jab, leg kick. That's it, dude. Fundamentals, well-rounded skill set, good power to make people scared. Great, fight IQ for the most part, except for the fucking Glover Teixeira fight. Got absolutely melted by my GOAT, Glover Teixeira. But outside of that, I bring legendary Polish power. And, yeah, legendary Polish power. Obviously, if you want to talk about some honorable mentions, you have to put Jamal Hill as the statistical light heavyweight GOAT. But for me, I feel this is probably the best selection. This is the easiest, most unanimous one, okay? Last one to talk about, heavyweight division. People forget, man, Francis Ngannou had a real skill set on him. Listen, dude, I'm not putting Francis. I'm not putting fucking JDS. I'm not putting fucking Cyril Gane. It's literally Jones, Stipe, and DC. I know that people are going to be mad that Jones is here. Who do you want me to put here, bro? Are you seriously going to... Listen, I'm a huge Cain Velasquez glazer. I feel like I'm one of the only people walking the earth that remembers Cain Velasquez existed. Whenever heavyweight comes up, I'm talking about, bro, remember Prime Cain, dude? You know what I mean? That's me. He's great. He's definitely in the top 5 of this conversation. Jones is just more well-rounded. Jones is just more skillful. And if you're not going to put Jones on this list, then yeah, it's Stipe, DC, and Cain. That's it. But for me, I have to put Jones here, bro. He's the current, supposedly undisputed heavyweight champion. I'm putting Stipe at 2. I know that that's going to be kind of controversial because, obviously people love DC, me included. But Stipe beat DC twice. They were both old heads. And DC won the first fight via knockout. Stipe won the second fight via knockout. He came back from behind. And then in the third fight, he clearly outstruck DC. Defended the grappling much better, really figured out DC's fighting style in 3 fights, and he didn't take steroids to do it. So shout out to the GOAT, Stipe Miocic. The only thing that Stipe loses fights for at heavyweight is either a power disadvantage, like against Ngannou. Like, Ngannou did low-key outskill him in that second fight, but I feel that's more of a matchup thing than Ngannou being better than Stipe. Like, you have more proof of Stipe Miocic being so good at boxing, good at striking, great defense, great wrestling, you know, underrated takedown defense. Like, Stipe has all of these skill sets his entire career. Ngannou kind of built on that skill set later on, and he had a huge size advantage over Stipe, right? And Jones beating Stipe. Stipe's fucking 47 years old. You know what I mean? So when you put them just based on their skill sets, I think Stipe still belongs top 3. I'm going to say Jones, Stipe, DC is my top 3 at heavyweight. But hey, let me know yours in the comments down below. Who do you think is the most skillful UFC champions of all time? I'm sure that there's fucking old heads right now. Dude, you're forgetting about Randy Couture, man. Dude, let me tell you, man, Tito Ortiz was fucking well-rounded back in the day, man. But listen, bro, drop all that shit in the comments, man. I want to hear it. If you guys enjoying the videos, drop a like, subscribe if you're not already. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.